Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Guild Receptionist Season 1, Episode 11. This is the penultimate. Last episode, we had, Alina kinda open up a little bit with Jade and tell him that she doesn't like his little, campaign to fix his image. She prefers the way he was before, even if it does still annoy her sometimes. So that was pretty funny. And then we had this, the whole Reaper talk. They seemed to hint at Glen. We learned about Glen's daughter and what happened to her, and hinting that Glen could be the Man in Black and stuff like that. And then at the end of the episode, we saw the Man in Black, and then they fell down a trap hole somewhere. So we're gonna have to see what happens to them this episode. So let's jump into it, shall we? We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so they didn't fall to their deaths. That's good. Not that I thought they did. I had your booty cheeks on my back, girl. Yeah. There you go, buddy. Stay asleep forever. Literally. Hmm. Possibly. If this gets out, I'll have even more. This whole trip has been a disaster. At this point, I almost feel like she should just become an adventurer. The executioner goes official. But then the running gag would be over. Oh, okay, here we go. Clearly. But I guess anyone, I mean, Lowe's in black clothes too, so. Ah. Wow, it's as if he stopped time and teleported here. Does Jade not know about the Guildmaster's ability? Yeah, it's a Guildmaster. I mean, they made it they made it pretty obvious. Like, I mean, just building it up last episode when I feel like they gave, at least in my opinion, I didn't notice a single hint from Glen until they pointed it out. So like it felt like they were like, "Hey, you guys should actually start thinking about this guy." And then the way he moved made it feel like he was doing his top stop time thing that he showed Alina. Now I have no idea if Jade knew about that ability. Is that why he didn't clue in right there when Jade was like, it's almost like he stopped time and teleported here. It's like you might as well have said the exact name of your guildmaster's ability, but maybe Jade didn't know about it. I know his ability was supposed to be like some kind of secret, but he showed Alina it, right? Tank. I'm so happy, guys. I fixed my squeaky chair. No more squeakies. I can move and readjust and not have to worry about making a million squeaking noises. All it took was a little bit of WD-40 and not being lazy. I tried a long time ago to WD-40 and it didn't work. I couldn't find the spot that was squeaking, but I tried again and I guess I found it. What? Hmm. Well. Hmm. We gonna find out? Well. That is a crazy ability. How often can he do that? If he can spam that, he might be pretty hard to beat. Unless we have Alina break through it again. Sorry, Lululi. I don't think it's, Alrighty. What? Oh, this is back when they said he was like that back then. That's a that's a gamble. Someone who doesn't care about life giving him a child to hopefully make him care. Hmm. Those his comrades that died. One being his daughter, maybe. Damn. Jeez. Oh, that's a scar on the eye. Whoa, look at that boss. That's sad. Oh. Hmm. That's why they're here. They're gonna have to fight the boss and save his party. That's why he stole it. Okay. Well, damn. So he could get a core and save his party. Okay. I mean, it's shitty, but to be fair, most of the people that got hurt have been assholes so far. Okay, that's kind of bad. Oh. Wait, what? Did Lynn somehow teach? Or is he not talking about Lynn? Okay, so maybe someone else told him. What? Okay. Is he gonna turn himself into a dark god? Is it gonna amplify his stop time power to be more than that, maybe? Well, shit. They need to kill people to get more power, right? Though? I love you, Lynn. Odo-san. No. And he didn't say that back. Hmm. I feel bad for him, but doesn't justify his actions. But a lot of his actions haven't been too bad. I'll talk more about it in the discussion. Alright, yep. I figured that's what it was. That he never said. Hmm. How is this gonna bring Lynn back, though? If he consumes his own will, then he's not gonna have the will anymore to bring her back. I don't know. Well, what is he turning into? Is he gonna turn into the boss that was here before? Somehow? What? Oh, she's seeing. Oh, the charred corpse. Damn. Oh, that's brutal. Damn. Okay, so we have a new big bad. I thought that might happen. I talked about that. So did they Would it have only been able to go back to when she was already, like, that vision we just saw? That was, like, him trying to turn back time, but he couldn't get earlier than that? She was already dead? He's just got one big monster arm. Like Resident Evil. What? Doing it again? Still only just brought back the charred corpse again. Jeez. All he's done is relived it. I thought about that when he was like, turn into a good adventurer so you can support yourself. I was like, well, if you wanted her to be safe, maybe not have her be an adventurer. Unless, I mean, unless she got old enough and decided that's what she really wanted, but could have at least protected her from it a bit from a young age. But anyway. Visit her in the grave there, buddy. I think that's your fate. Ugh. Gross. Oh. It just completely consumed him. So is this the core of the guy we met before? Nope. Okay, never mind. Well, I wasn't sure if he was gonna, like, turn back into that, like, jacked guy. Well, shit. Does he have the freeze time ability? Yep. Okay, that's not good. Cause this god took that body, he has that power. Well, shit. And that's it. Alright. We got one more Dark God to beat before this show's over. In the last episode. So, we saw a brief image of the entity that manipulated Glenn into doing this, that gave him the idea that maybe he could do this. So, I had talked about the idea of, like in the ways that I thought this show could go and end. It's like Glenn ends up being the Man in Black, and that's the big reveal for this season. By the end of the season, we defeat him, but we get teased on something that's like bigger than him, that he was like a part of, or in this case seems to be manipulated by. So it seems like we're going that route where we're probably gonna beat Glenn, I would imagine, or the Dark God possessing Glenn, and then we're gonna move on to, or we're gonna tease the thing that gave him the info, and then if there ever is another season, or if you just decide like, oh, I like this show, and you go and read the manga or whatever the source material is for the show, then then you can see the continuation. Alrighty, guys, that is it for episode 11. Um, yeah, so I liked it. I mean, it's definitely kind of like a cliched story of like guy loses someone and tries whatever he can to get them back and stuff like that. So it's it's certainly one of those things that that I've seen before. And I've watched, man, I have some really good shows on my palette right now, and I've had some really intense emotional episodes recently with like Oshinoko and stuff like that. So I found it hard to get too like emotional, even though I did feel bad for him. You know, this guy who didn't care about anyone, didn't even care about his own party members and everything. And his master decided that I think what's best for you is to give you a kid, and you're now going to adopt this child. One, very dangerous because if he ended up just being like a sociopath, that might not have been good for her. You know, like who knows, who knows what her upbringing could have been. But I guess they knew enough, I suppose. I suppose the master knew like deep down there was like a level like a potential for caring in there, maybe, because obviously the master knew him better than we did, especially back then and all that. So yeah, he took in Lynn, and they really connected. He, because of his pride, he never said "I love you" back, but he did care for her. He tried to leave something behind for her if he ended up dying on his adventures. Like, sure, maybe making her an adventurer wasn't the best idea in hindsight, but he was trying to set her up with a career in, you know, in the field that it's what he knows. He might not know how to help her learn to do something in a different field because he doesn't work in that field. He's just an adventurer. So he tries to teach her what he knows, so that way if he does die in one of these dungeons, she can make a living for herself and survive in this world. So I mean, it was a heartwarming story. I felt bad that he lost her the way she did. Like having her all burnt up in his arms like that was very, very sad. um but unfortunately, just like Glenn manipulated all these people, he was also manipulated. So, um, we're gonna have to maybe learn more about that guy eventually if we get more seasons, or maybe they'll tease him a little bit more in the last episode. But but yeah, he now has that stop time. Like the Dark God using Glenn's body has the stop time ability. It is now his wasn't a Dia skill before, right? I don't think it was anyway. So now it's like a Dia version of that skill. So I wonder if it's more powerful. Like we had Alina break into it before it was a Dia skill. Can she break into it now? Because if he can just keep spamming that ability, how are you ever going to touch him? You get close, he just activates that and just goes somewhere else. And so it's probably going to be the hardest fight yet, but I think our crew can handle it. Even though that's a little bit of metagaming, because of course they're going to handle it, right? So, um, yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't really. I mean, most of it was focused. We had. I will say, maybe maybe it's just because this isn't like my favorite show in the world. You know, maybe it's because like the story is a little cliched and I've heard it before. Like, it's just there's something about it where even though I felt bad for Glenn, I'm also like, man, they spent a long time talking about this, like with all the flashbacks and everything, and the long conversation between Glenn and Lynn. It was like, it was one of those things where, like, I get it. He was an asshole that got a kid and slowly opened up until she died, and then he never got to say what he wanted to. And yeah, but I don't know, there's something about it that just felt like we spent the whole episode almost on something that wasn't, like, didn't need to be as long as it was. But hopefully that doesn't piss any of you guys off that truly love the show. I did like the episode. I just feel like there could have been a little bit more in it. But yeah, like maybe if I hadn't just watched like emotionally scarring episodes where I was like tears flowing down my face like crazy for Oshinoko in the past couple days and last week, maybe this would have hit me a little harder. But the portrayal, like the difference in emotions, I don't know, just hit me so much harder in there than it did in here. But yeah. So, uh anyway, I mean, I guess I look forward to the fight. He looks pretty badass in his Dark God form. I know it's not Glenn anymore. So I wonder if that is the entity. Like that ball was taken. That Dark God core. It was. I don't remember which one it was. It was either the girls or the first one they beat, the big jacked guy. So I'm wondering, like, is that the personality? Like, does that core remember now that it's in Glenn's body, remember being defeated by Alina? Or is it like, does it get a new every time it gets revived, does it get a new personality kind of thing, right? I don't know. We'll have to see. So yeah, I don't really think I have much more to say. Sorry guys. Hopefully I mean I enjoy the show. It's like I know I keep saying that, but it's a fun watch. It's just not something where I'm like gonna be super hyped for more, right? So, yeah. Luckily, if these were like hour-long episodes or something, I think I might be a little bit more of like very on the show. But quick little like, if you minus the opening and outro, even though I watch them all anyway, um, the OP and ED, if you just count those out, it's only like probably like 18-minute episodes or something like that. So it's like it's not too bad just to have like a little slice of the show every now and then. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want more. Links in the description below. Not for the show because I watch it as it airs, but there's more content on there. There's early access tier where you can get 2 episodes ahead from my other shows, for some of them anyway. And then there's Patreon show tier where you can get access to shows that aren't even released to YouTube yet, like Solo Leveling. That's a real good one. So check that out if you're interested. As I said, links in the description below, or it should be popping up on the screen, and I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.